What is up, everybody? Welcome. Jude, you don't have to wait on that. Welcome to TOJ DraftSZN and the Middle Initial Podcast live from Miller's Tasting Room on 145th Street in Amsterdam. Peggy, I'm going to turn to you because as the second handsomest dude at this table, I want to know how you feeling as we barrel towards the Zach Wilson pick. How you feeling, brother?
Well, you guys know I'm not a big Zach Wilson fan, but I will support anybody that this organization brings to the table. I wish them all the best. That's good. Y'all gonna hold my mouth. I've said this many times. I just
Jude, I'll go to you because I know you just want them to get it right. You just want them to get it right at quarterback. So tell me, do you think they're getting it right with Zach Wilson?
Yeah, I could think they're getting it right with Zach Wilson. I think I'm fine with buying the quarterback. We already upgraded the quarterback. I'm excited about that for sure.
And now I'm joined by the second of the four draft season forwards with Michael Meek and me. You have been driving the Zach Wilson at 2 train, trying to remind Jet fans that, you know what, they're not doing anything crazy by taking Zach at 2. How are you feeling as we now are a few minutes away from embarking on the Zach Wilson era?
I mean, I feel vindicated. I'm just excited to have a quarterback with tax vertically down the field. It's never been fun. Even when they used to win, it was ugly. I just want to score some points, man. That's all I care about. Just score some points.
I think rooting for bad football gets exhausting, right? I think Case and I had this conversation a couple months ago. I'm tired of them being mathematically eliminated by Halloween. I'm over that. Case, we also have the 23rd pick in the first round. Do you think the Jets make it? Do you think they trade all the way out?
There's been a lot of whispers that the Jets are possibly thinking about doing but I really say if there's an opportunity capital and keep building this roster. 2020 is not going to make or break your draft or make or break your team. So there's an opportunity for the team to get better, trade back. And Joe Douglas is notorious in the last season. Hey, I got some more talent. Keep falling back, right back. That's what happened.
Absolutely. No, I think that's real. Dude, are you okay with a running back at 23, or are you in the throw that off the top of the mountain?
It would be kind of weird to get a running back at 23. I know there are some people for some reason who are like, oh my god, they're a running back. For a large part, it doesn't matter who you did, it's going to have more than one person. So I would be kind of weird if you out.
I definitely know that Cavs always like the first one to walk out. The Jets take a running back at 23. So we don't look like that.
And understand that we have been drinking and eating. So if he walks out, he's going to walk out with a full belly at least. He's going to walk out with a full belly at least. So as we wait, the Jaguars have 6 minutes on the clock. We want to make sure we shout out our host for tonight, the Miller's Tasting Room. Make sure to tip your bartender who's making sure that you are sauced for the night at this COVID-compliant event. Who is the worst case scenario at 23?
I mean, you've heard me complain about running backs for I don't know how many podcasts, so I'm going to avoid that. If they take a linebacker, why? If it's taking O line, take an edge. If you take receiver, that's awesome, or just trade out. If they take our Wusa Koromoa, we traded 2 firsts for Jamal. We got 2 firsts for Jamal Adams. Someone took that guy off our hands, and now we're going to take another guy in that hole who he's a luxury piece. You're not building for your team with a guy like that. Draft premium positions, win football games.
And score some points, right? I think that's the biggest thing, right? Can we score some points? Case, I want to ask you this real quick. How do you know Zach Wilson the most? Is it pass catcher at 23?
How do you help Zach Wilson? What I'll say it like this. The fans don't want a running back. You're in a vertical league. You've seen who wins games. You've seen who wins the Bowl last year. Never been in a vertical game in the defense. How do you help Zach Wilson in a vertical game and a strong defense? I believe Robert Saleh has enough tools right now that we don't need to be defensive heavy outside of quarterback in the first round. If you do go quarterback, quarterback, I should say, at 23. But you got to get the guys to get in motion, get in space, and get offers for Zach. I want to get somebody like
Tell me why Zach Wilson is the right pick at 2. Convince the Jet fans that are still hanging on to hope that Justin Fields is the guy.
Zach Wilson is 21 years old. He has a cannon. Everyone wants to say, oh, he doesn't have Aaron Rodgers' arm. He doesn't have Patrick Mahomes' arm. Did you watch Aaron Rodgers at a Cal? He didn't have that arm strength. He got into an NFL program, started lifting weights, and that arm strength got even better. That's going to happen with Zach Wilson. He's accurate. He wins out of structure, and he attacks with the ball downfield. Zach Wilson, every Shanahan quarterback, Kirk Cousins, Jimmy G, where they run into problems is they're great when they can do play action. They're great when they get to play in structure. And when they get out of that, they fail. Zach Wilson's best attribute is that he wins out of structure, that he makes plays better than any quarterback in this class on the move and outside the pocket. And Zach Wilson in this offense is going to be a superstar. It's all about Joe Douglas surrounding him with talent. Mike LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan kept around for 8 years. He blocked multiple moves to keep him on his staff for a reason, because he's really good at his job. And if Kyle Shanahan takes Mac Jones, Kyle Shanahan's going to be our offensive coordinator in 2 years, and Zach Wilson's going to win an MVP.
We call that real big brain thinking. Case, tell me why Jet fans should be excited about Zach Wilson.
Am I excited about Zach Wilson? No, not at all. That's exciting. I'm going to keep it real with Jets fans. Robert Saleh is nowhere from here. I know a lot of you are watching this. I'm not excited for him. But as a Jets fan, I want you to be excited about him. So watching the film, I see what he can do. If he is box office, the good outweighs the bad. But I'm not getting my hopes up. I've been a fan for a long time. I've been excited a long time. He doesn't give me that feel. I'm hoping he can change my mind.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, right, is making sure that you give him the protection up front. You only have Mekhi Becton as an offensive line going forward. The coverage should be better, not having to make up for Greg Van Roten and Alex Lewis. Me, best offensive lineman to help this unit reach their potential.
Everyone's going to say AVT. It's Tevin Jenkins. Tevin Jenkins could play guard year one, and then when George fans, we can move on from him. He could be our long-term right tackle. You can find guards on day 2. If Joe Douglas is good at his job, he'll find a guard or 2 on day 3. The Green Bay Packers have had the best offensive line the past decade, and they do it by finding picks outside the first round. David Bakhtiari was a 3rd-round pick. Corey Linsley was taken in the 5th round. Find the guys who can play tackle and make those your bookends for Zach Wilson's entire career in this city.
I think when you look at this team, you're talking about Ronnie McCover, Guy Becton, George Fitz. That's it on the offensive line. Dude, you in your heyday were an excellent flag football receiver. Would you like to get the ball from Zach Wilson? Would you like to be his number 1 receiver? He's a number 1 receiver.
I was top 8 as the number 1 receiver. So I think that was good. It doesn't have crazy speed or whatnot. The big thing for me is just the fact that he's good at the catch point. He can beat man open, all these things. So I would really like this process. As for the receiving core right now, I might be a bit from your question, but I'm just talking about it's decent enough for now. So I think you have one more person would be good to go.
Three. So the Jaguars pick is in. Let's see if the folks that are holding out the hope that it's not going to be Trevor Lawrence is indicated. Let's look at the picks.
It's lunch. Jets on the clock. Jets are on the clock.
I'll be a fan. That's why you're nothing else to do. Yeah, I'm like, bro, like, I'll start being a father. Like, what are you doing? Nothing. Like, his workout, he needs to wake up in the morning and take a fucking boat on the river and canoe. I like a workout. He's not the only person I know in Michigan. I know that. I'm like, two Puerto Ricans. He's living in the projects. He's a Puerto Rican. I know two Puerto Ricans who DJ in Michigan. Nah. Yes. They DJ. And they like DJ.
Jacksonville Jaguars
Oh,
Trevor
we need water shot.
No way.
Can you imagine drafting a guy who doesn't love football? Couldn't be my franchise.
After hiring Urban Meyer, who will quit because of health issues early in the season, they draft Trevor Lawrence. He hasn't like anything that the Jaguars have done this offseason. But they get it right with the quarterback, right?
Yep. I mean, everyone when we beat the Rams, everyone's world ended. And we were like, of course, it happens to the Jets. Of course. The one time we lose 13 games in a row, we don't get the number one pick. But Zach Wilson isn't a consolation prize. Zach Wilson's better than Joe Burrow. He's better than any quarterback in the 2018 draft as prospects. He's really good. Everyone should be excited to have him.
I think, too, what I think you want to make sure that you do is don't compare Trevor Lawrence to Zach going forward, because I think that's going to be the thing that Jet fans want to do. They would do it with Justin Fields also. When you look at Trevor Lawrence, understand that Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck. Comparing him to anybody other than the guys that he's been compared to his entire life seems a little silly, and you're setting yourself up for failure. Case, I'm going to go to you. You have Zach Wilson, you have Trevor Lawrence, right? They're going to be the top two. San Francisco at 3, although there is some talk that it won't be them at 3. It might be the Green Bay Packers for Aaron Rodgers. How crazy is this draft in terms of teams trying to catch the Chiefs, right? Trying to catch Pat Mahomes. And if you're San Francisco, do you hemorrhage your future to go get Aaron Rodgers, or do you sit at 3 and take the potential Pro Bowl quarterback in Justin Fields? Yeah, and I mean, I think when you look at San Francisco, right, is San Francisco the team that are they an Aaron Rodgers away from a Super Bowl league? I think we can argue that they are, right? Like they would be a team that is, Rodgers away from a Super Bowl.
Kyle Shanahan to me is the best offensive coach in football. If you give him the best or the second best after Mahomes quarterback, after what he's had, I don't know how they don't win the Super Bowl. With those weapons, yeah, they do all they could to trade for him. I just don't understand why Green Bay would give an NFC rival, a team that they're going to look at as one of their main, like, way for them winning a Super Bowl, and then give him the best draft pick they've probably made this entire century. Moved, but I really any team should be banging the door to get that guy because he's got 3 or 4 more years being an elite quarterback.
And I think we've established that if you piss him off, he'll respond well. He'll win an MVP award. So the Jets are on the clock now. 3 minutes left for a pick that I think we all know who it's going to be. So this nonsense to take the full 15, 20 minutes is kind of a joke. But we have waiting for the pick to come in, and then the fun starts, right? Because I don't think there's a guarantee that whoever San Francisco takes is actually even on their roster, right? If they go all in on Aaron Rodgers. But I agree with you, Meeks. I don't think that there is any way that Green Bay says, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give Aaron Rodgers to the San Francisco 49ers. Like, I don't think that makes much sense. I think you look at a team like Denver, right? Again, in the AFC, you get him out of the Raiders, you get him out of the NFC. But to give him to San Francisco for not fair value, because, again, Rodgers is not your typical 36, 37-year-old quarterback, right? He just won MVP. He's got a good 2-3 years left in him, maybe even 4 years left in him, although maybe he starts to, host Jeopardy all he wants. Jude, I want to bring you in for this, man. Tell me, if the Broncos get Aaron Rodgers, are they a threat? Are they a legitimate threat to the Kansas City Chiefs or the AFC? I think that's real. So, Dave, if you don't mind, the pick is in. So the pick is in for the Jets, and I'm going to assume, Meeks, that it already came out on Twitter who the pick is, and that we can end the Justin Fields dream.
The Justin Fields dream died about 3 months ago, and Zach Wilson's our guy. He's quarterback 1, and I don't care what anyone else says.
That is a Drew from Jersey-like pivot. But we have to respect it. So let's see who the pick is so we can start dissecting the head-banded quarterback from BYU. We'll be back in 5 seconds. What a shocker. Jet fans don't know what to feel. Let's talk about the BYU boy, Mormon Mahomes. Let's talk about him. So, Meeks, we've been breaking him down for draft season now, right? We've been breaking him down. Let's talk about, again, the things that he needs to improve upon. Because I think there's a lot of Jet fans who are coming in thinking that, you know what, slam dunk from the beginning, Super Bowl contenders from the beginning, and this team is still pretty barren. Meeks, so for me, I will say the things that I think he needs to improve upon is enough of that YOLO ball stuff, right? Throwing it up and getting your receivers killed, that's essentially how you will not have a long-lasting career. However, I'm not saying to curb his aggressiveness or his decisiveness, but you want to get smarter with the ball. What's something that you think he needs to improve upon in order to be successful at the next level?
I think he needs to get better at working the middle of the field. I think it is really good owning the sidelines and hitting guys on the boundary. Over the middle of the field, I don't know if he's because he's a smaller quarterback. He struggles. He often hesitates. That's where you get that extra hitch that you don't want. And you think that's going to be ironed out with coaching. What Zach Wilson does attacking down the field, other quarterbacks can't do. And I think owning the intermediates, owning the shorter routes, I think that's something that can be coached. And he has all the arm talent in the world. And everything you hear about him is how much he cares about film study, how much he wants to get better, and how much he really cares. So you have to think that he's going to be working at this, and he knows what he has to do to get better. He doesn't have to listen to this podcast to know that. And I think he's been working on that since the bowl game against UCF. I think he's going to be doing that every day until he's a top quarterback in this league.
Okay, so I want to go to you, man, because you had said it. You said it even earlier. You're not all in on Zach Wilson, but what's the one thing that you say? You know what? If he does more of this, he'll be successful. When you look at his game, and I think for me, is the decisiveness with the football. He doesn't hesitate, right? Like that, and that's something you want to see from young quarterbacks. You do not want to hesitate. What's something that for you, you're like, for the Jet fans that are comparing him to Sam Darnold, what's something that you push back on and say, you know what, he's not a Darnold-like kid. He's different.
About Zach that I can say that I like in comparison to Darnold, he's more NFL ready. His game is more NFL ready. Darnold's game wasn't really NFL ready. It was a lot to work on when he was in USC. So entering the draft, we knew we had to work on. And the problem with Darnold, it was always something footwork. He made some steps forward, and then Gase comes in, takes some steps back. But now you got this kid Wilson. There's a lot of things that he does very well. One thing I want to see him improve on is not relying on the bailout wide receiver. He doesn't have knee line, and those throws that he makes, it's not going to be as the windows are tighter in the NFL. Cornerbacks are faster. Safety coverage is much better. So there's a lot needs to work on as far as not relying too heavily on one target. He needs to spread the ball out, especially the West Coast offense, which is what the Jets offense is going to be running. He has to be able to spread the ball out and not pinpoint one receiver. Make those reads.
My brother just asked if we have brought together the enemies in case I was explaining to him that this is the rub. This is the rub. That's what that is. This is the rub. This is the rub. Because we brought together the Middle Initial podcast and Turn on the Jets, right? So that's what we've done. Jude, I want to go to you. I want to bring you in here. And I want to bring you in here because, one, you did not show up in cargo shorts, and I'm excited. I'm excited you're not in cargo shorts. But two, you have said repeatedly, and I think you tweeted it out earlier today. You said you haven't done any mock drafts, you haven't done any quarterback rankings, because for you, all you care about is them getting it right. How did they get it wrong with Sam Darnold in 2018, and what makes you a little bit more excited or a little bit more hopeful that you think they're going to get it right now?
They got it wrong with Sam Darnold because of the simple fact that they hired Adam Gase. So when they hired Adam Gase, of course they're going to get it wrong. That's the main reason behind it. If you have better infrastructure, you're probably more likely to get it right. And with Sam Darnold and with Zach Wilson, I feel as though they have the better infrastructure around him. So even though he may have some faults here and there, and there are some questions, I trust the coaching staff and the general manager in order to get those issues fixed. And then Zach Wilson can reach his full potential. Sam Darnold, he already had flaws. And Adam Gase and Michael Patrick did no favor to amplify those faults, if anything. So hopefully this is the reverse trend. So that's why I'm more confident. Even though they be a big Fields fan, I'm just fine with whoever they pick because I know as these staffs in place, but they feel on their own merits and not just external factors.
So we talked about the infrastructure that the Jets have. Right? You have Joe Douglas. You don't have Adam Gase. You have Robert Saleh. You have Mike LaFleur, Ron Calabrese, right? You have much different infrastructure. Tell me exactly what excites you most, because you were on the Mike McDaniel train. But what excites you about having LaFleur as Wilson's offensive coordinator?
I really think Mike LaFleur is the passing coordinator for the 49ers, and I really liked in that part of the 49ers game the play-action pass, how they attacked deep down the field in Atlanta, also in San Francisco, and even if you watch what Sean McVay did in 2018, even with Jared Goff, I really like how aggressive they get and how they want to get first downs on first and second down, and they want to make sure they don't get the third down. And I really like that balls to the wall mentality that Kyle Shanahan brought. I think Mike LaFleur will bring. I liked Mike McDaniel because I thought he's the best run game schemer in the entire league, and I thought he was going to make life incredibly easy for Zach Wilson. But I do like Mike LaFleur. Matt LaFleur wanted his brother to be his offensive coordinator, and we saw how good that Green Bay offense was this year. So when all these smart guys are trying to get this guy in their staff, I think the Jets got to win.
Spot on. So now the Niners pick him, and there's been all this talk about them trading for him. However, the pick is in, and everybody looks happy except Kyle Shanahan. Everybody looks happy except Kyle Shanahan.
Trey Lance.
It's Trey Lance because they didn't get back Jones. So the pick is Trey Lance, right, me?
Trey Lance. Kyle Shanahan isn't dumb. I told everyone.
So let me tell you. So Meads kept telling us that there was no way that he would take Mac Jones, and it seems like he was overruled because he looks really sad. Meads, why do you like the fit of Trey Lance?
Lance is the perfect ball of clay that you just want to, as an offensive coach, you want to play with. He's got a cannon. He can run. He can literally run dudes over. He's 230 pounds. He's a really smart kid. He's thrown 400 passes from his senior year of high school through college in the competitive games. And the team just took him at 3rd overall because they love the person and they love the talent that much. I cannot wait to watch him in San Francisco, and I'm just so excited. Mac Jones was a social experiment that I never believed and I will never believe. Get to New England, Mac Jones, and I will root against you my entire life.
Yes, none of us. I think I'm super excited for Mac Jones to go to New England. Case, I'm going to ask you. Now that Mac Jones is not going 3, where do you think the boy from Bama falls? Where do you think Mac Jones is?
Jones should definitely fall a little bit lower. Hold on, the pick is coming and they're announcing it right now.
The San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance.
Trey Lance has just gone 3 to the Niners. But thankfully, Mac Jones didn't go 3, and smart people have prevailed. Mac Jones probably falls to a team like New England. He could. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of smoke and there was no fire. He could possibly fall even further than that. There was a lot of rumors before the whole Dak signing that Mac was possibly going to Dallas, but they didn't sign Dak. Dallas got their quarterback. I mean, the Patriots could go Mac, but Fields is right there. Fields has not been selected yet. 3 picks in. We don't know how far he falls. So the Falcons pick him at 4. Doubt it. I'd be hella surprised if they did something like that. Yeah, but thankfully, cooler heads, smarter heads prevailed, and Trey Lance is the pick.
So, Meeks, the Mac Jones era ended as fast as it started, thank God. All right, guys, so we are about to take a break. We will be back in 5 minutes to continue counting down the first round of the draft. Thank you guys for rocking with us so far, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. Go get some food, go get some drinks, and we will see you guys back here in about 10 minutes.